Cho Sung-wi had no trouble buying the gun he used to murder 32 people at Virginia Tech. Now, as the country mourns the shooting victims, people are asking if new gun laws are needed.
In the last 10 years, there have been 19 fatal school shootings.
But whether lawmakers will tackle the issue in the wake of this new tragedy is very much in doubt.
In the wake of 9/11, people demanded action. This time it was different. This time, public officials reacted with what seemed to be despair, even resignation.
In the emotion-filled days after the 1999 Columbine high school shootings, Congress debated waiting 3 days for background checks for sales at gun shows and mandatory child safety locks on new guns. None of it became law.
Without action, it's only a matter of time before something like this happens again.
It's clear to me that what we're doing now is not working.
Every day, 30 Americans are murdered. If one day is caused via the think, what about 365 days?
About 30,000 Americans are killed by gunshot wounds here every year. About 1,000 Americans are killed in Iraq each year. And yet that is by far the bigger issue, both for Congress and the country at large. Which begs the question, why?
It is simply too easy to obtain a firearm.
The guy said within 10 minutes he was able to sell this kid, as sick, as deluded as he is, a gun. I can't get a Starbucks in 10 minutes, and we got to figure out some mid-ground here where everybody gives a little, or we're going to have to ante up with 32 student lights every couple years or so.
What we need is hope, a belief that the epidemic of American gun violence can be solved. We need a national conversation about our gun problem. We need to ask elected officials and each other consistently and constantly, what are you going to do about it? We can make something happen.
With the reading of names and the chiming of a bell, 32 people dressed in black, part of a lie-in to symbolize the 32 people killed at Virginia Tech and the ongoing toll of gun violence.
3 days after the Virginia Tech tragedy, I emailed my friends and I said I want 32 of you all to lie down by my side in front of City Hall in Alexandria, Virginia. We're going to lie down for 3 minutes to represent the amount of time it took the shooter to buy his gun. This protest triggered a protest in Bethesda, Falls Church, New York City, Arlington, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Montclair, New Jersey, McLean, Virginia, Silver Spring, Maryland, Philadelphia, Dallas, Houston, Chicago, Detroit, and D.C. today. We laid down because we are outraged about our lax gun laws in the United States.
The House voted today to close the loophole that allowed Sung-wi Cho to buy the guns he used in the April massacre despite his history of mental illness. It's the first major new gun control legislation in more than a decade, and it has the backing of the NRA.
If the Senate passes the bill as expected, information could flood into the FBI's computers, which now only have a tenth of the estimated 2.7 million names of mentally ill people who should be barred from owning guns.
We have demonstrations and protests and marches and lie-ins going on at least 25 sites around the country today. And they're doing it because this is a nationwide problem. Stop the violence. Save the children.
Stop the violence. Save the children. Stop the violence.
Save the children.
The influential Riverside Church on Harlem's West Side is trying to do something with Reverend Arnold Thomas. He's registering churches around the country to participate in a God Not Gun Sabbath the weekend of September 29th and 30th.
We are a culture prone and addicted to violence and in need of a disciplined recourse of withdrawal from the dangerous drug.
March on the gun manufacturer. What about the day when no child dies? Just one day when no child dies, and then the second day and the third and the fourth and the fifth.
Carolyn McCarthy had a bill passed in the House in June. 6 months later, we're still waiting for action.
And Senator Leahy and I are working hard to move the legislation through. but it has met some opposition. There is at least one senator, maybe a few more, who are blocking it.
This is a good piece of legislation. It can save lives.
We strongly believe that if the provisions in this bill were in force more than 6 months ago, our daughter Mary and her 32 fellow Hokies would still be alive today.
My heart aches for them. The country's heart ached for them. For a month, that's all anyone talked or thought about. And now it's been 6 months and nothing done.
We mourn but not march. We feel badly, but we do not act boldly.
There's something specific that you can do.
We have to take action, and we need to take it now.
We can stand together and make a difference.
You can make a difference, we can make a difference, and we're starting it today.